Even as a little boy, I used to love to admire the locomotives at the main train station in Karlsruhe, so working on this project is a labor of love for me. Who would have thought that after ordering 25 units and then sidelining them in 2018, that the DB would bring the class 181.2 back in service?
The
locomotive, which will be celebrating its 50th birthday soon, was one of the first dual-system locomotives in Germany, approved for the German system and for France and Luxembourg. It was therefore used in cross-border traffic to France and Luxembourg. A few engines are preserved in museums, and some are even still in regular service with a private railroad company. Initially, the locomotives were based in Saarbrücken and then later in Frankfurt am Main. From there, they operated along the picturesque Moselle route, among others, where they could be seen hauling intercity trains up until the 2000s. Over the years, they were clad in the DB's current color schemes, from steel blue to traffic red. You could also see them on the Gäubahn. At the end of their DB days, their roasters included transfers of passenger cars. Once they had to haul a very special train.
One of
the most famous trains in Europe is the long-distance express train Mozart, the FD 264-265, which ran from Vienna via Munich, Stuttgart, Strasbourg to Paris. The Mozart consisted of various cars. It also included various course cars. The cars that ran through to Paris were provided by SNCF. The dining car was a classic TEE colored DB dining car. Most of the cars were provided by ÖBB. In addition, there were also course cars from Munich to Kiel, usually an ocean blue-beige BM 234. The Class 181.2 locomotives have a smaller clearance gauge compared to, for example, the Class 110 or 140 Unit E locomotives. This is because the overhead line hangs lower in France. Therefore, the locomotive body had to have a lower design. The prototype is a good 30 centimeters lower. 3 attached aluminum hoods and ventilation grills that elegantly wrap around the curves of the roof are among the locomotive's features. In addition, 3 engine room windows are installed on one side, which also curve towards the roof. The interior of the engine is based on solid technology. Thanks to the semiconductor elements, switching from one speed level to another takes place in fractions of a second and is also seamless, spark-free and wear-free. Exclusively for club members, the 181-203 is released in half-O scale. Like its prototype, it has pantographs with different collector strips and reflects the prototype condition from 1984, Era 4. The buffer height corresponds to the NEM. 2 passenger car sets are being released to go with the locomotive, which can be used to beautifully recreate the colorful FD Mozart. All of the cars are equipped with LED interior lighting and separable current conducting close couplers and are in 1:93.5 scale. In the newly constructed ARMH 217 half-dining car, a digital decoder makes many light and sound functions possible. The locomotive is equipped with just as many functions.
Our model is
a completely new construction with metal housing and many added details, especially in the roof area. Its pantographs can be raised and lowered by motors in digital operation, prototypical with different collector strips. It also has a digitally switchable engine room lighting, prototypical only on one side, and cap lighting.
Bonjour, bienvenue à Strasbourg. Nous vous souhaitons un agréable voyage. Herzlich willkommen in Straßburg. Wir wünschen Ihnen einen angenehmen Tag.
This charming announcement brings back memories of how travel used to be. The pantographs that can be raised and lowered are nice to look at, and have a fine acoustic accompaniment.
Die lokspezifischen Sounds.
We recorded the locomotive-specific sounds on a prototype locomotive. My thanks again to the company Schlünz Eisenbahnlogistik for the great collaboration. What does SEL mean? It stands for the company Schlünz Eisenbahnlogistik based in Wankendorf. Managing director Martin Schlünz started as a sole proprietor, and later we got engines too. The SEL uses the engines in a variety of ways. They have proven themselves very well. We currently do a lot of car logistics and container traffic with them between Padborg and Herne for the company Cargo Trans. And we were also on the road to transport goods. This one will soon have a few deployments to hold special trains, such as passenger trains with our own cars. We are very satisfied with the engine. But why would someone bring locomotives out of retirement and make them fit for service? Because no one wanted to and no one could, and that's motivation enough to do it. A statement that also applies to Märklin. The models from the two car sets, here set number 2, are impressive with their model-specific design. The DB passenger car from set number 1 has train rear lighting installed as standard. The FD Mozart half-dining car is also part of set number 1, and its interior design is multicolored.
Alle 7 Wagen der beiden Wagensets.
All 7 cars in the two car sets are equipped with interior lighting and a buffer, so they run flicker-free and slowly over turnouts. In the half-dining car, the table lamps can be operated digitally. All aboard a special train whose prototype was once symbolic of a closely knit Europe. The interior lighting works in conjunction with the dining car, whereby the order of the cars has to be kept. In conventional operation, the lighting is switched on. Insiders and Trix Club members can look forward to a highlight for their layouts, provided they don't miss the order deadline, the 15th of August 2023.